Hello, everybody. Welcome each and every one of you to our program today, to our event. And the theme of our event today is momentum. I don't know what drives momentum in your life. But to me, as a science student, momentum is mass into velocity. And momentum happens to be also the theme of our summit, which is coming up in February, the Professional Speakers of India, the PSS Summit in Mumbai, where we are going to be hosting this program for all of you to join us. So I welcome, we are here with some of our very senior members of professional speakers, and we are going to welcome each one of them. They're very senior, so I'm going to call them as family members. I'm not going to call them guests, and they're our speakers for today. And let me introduce Kapil sir. Kapil sir, are you here? Thank you very much, Kapil sir, for being here, and welcome to you and for joining us for this program for us to discuss this topic about momentum. Let me tell you something about Dr. Kapil Chabra sir. Kapil Chabra is a visionary leader. He's a business strategist and a leadership coach dedicated to empowering leaders and organizations to evolve and thrive with fusion of ancient wisdom and modern management. Kapil sir is a founder of Sarva Yoga Leadership Advisory Services. But the most important thing about Kapil sir that I like is he's a dynamic speaker on leadership, but he puts in a thing of a thing of purpose and spirituality. He has a spiritual quest, and I don't want to take more time. But since 2015, Kapil sir has embarked on a deeply personal and spiritual quest for self-evolution, shaping his conversation, talks, programs, and coaching. Welcome to you, sir. How are you feeling today?
Thank you. Namaskar to everyone.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, our next speaker today is Arunagiri Mudaliar, sir. He's also our very senior member of our professional speakers of Mumbai chapter of Professional Speakers of India. And welcome, sir. आपका स्वागत है.
Namaskar.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Dr. Arunagiri Mudaliar, sir, is an established, passionate, and intense sales trainer. And today he's going to share with us a lot of things, what has led him to become this success person and the motivator in life because of the work that he's doing. His mission is to empower and enable every human being who he trains to remove self imposed barriers and unleash the dormant potential to live a more purposeful, positive, prosperous, and purposeful life. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
sir. Welcome to this program. We have our third speaker and our third very, very senior person here, and his name is Ashutosh Kant. Ashutosh Kant is a seasoned entrepreneur, over 20 years of experience driving innovation in business. He is a founder and managing director of One Card Solution Private Limited. He has lot of things written in his biodata, but I want to say one thing. He's a TEDx speaker. He's a globally recognized keynote presenter, and his core philosophy operates from a paradigm of giving. He builds strong supportive professional relationships. He's into strongly into networking, and he helps people, and he engages with them and helps them how they can engage better and do networking better. He's dedicated to driving transformative change in business ecosystems. Welcome, Ashutosh sir. How are you doing today? Welcome to all of you today. And
Welcome.
I'm going to start the conversation with our theme. We are having, so we have every year, this is for the benefit of everybody who may not be a part of PSAI, anybody who's joining from outside the Professional Speakers of India Summit or from the Professional Indies of India. We have a summit every year. As you have seen the videos you saw, this was the video of the last year summit, PSS 2024, which was held in Delhi, New Delhi. So we had so many international speakers coming there and sharing their keynotes and sharing their thoughts and bringing about a transformation in the people who were sitting in the audience, and how we changed from there and how we took action and where we were and where we have reached today in our journey of professional speaking. So Professional Speakers Association has been a great platform for people like us, and we have these mentors who are such beautiful people sitting here right with me, and I'm really, really privileged and honored to be in their company. So they have been mentoring us for so many years and helping us to polish ourselves, to hone us to become better keynote speakers. Now, the theme for this year's summit is momentum. momentum is mass into velocity. And I never understood this except in the physics class. One day, my car was broken down, had broken down, and I was in a lonely place. And I rang up my dad, and my dad said that you have to just push the car. And I said, how can I push the car? I'm all alone here. It's such a big car. How can I push it? So he says, you have to just put in little effort. Put little effort, push it little, push it little, push it little, push it little until it starts moving. And then you don't have to push it at all. You have to push very little. After that, the momentum takes over and takes the car forward. And Newton's law is about the same thing. I want to bring you to that because then again, I'm going to talk about momentum in our life. Now, Newton's law says that a thing is in an object is in continuous motion unless it is stopped by another object or another obstacle. And today, I would extrapolate this statement to the fact that we are in motion and we are doing our work with concentration and with focus until social media stops us. So that's the truth of life today. And I want to put my first question to Dr. Kapil Chabra, sir. And my question to you is, sir, what does momentum mean to you? As far as your life is concerned, you're a spiritual teacher and your quest for purpose is there. And I've seen it. I've heard you speak on stage. And tell us, what does momentum mean to you? Over to you, sir.
I think I reflected on the word momentum, and my personal take on it is, though I fully agree with the physics and we all have studied it, I felt it's a dynamic momentum itself is a dynamic cycle of past, present, and future. You leverage the learning from the past, build momentum over it, and then you elevate your future. And as you get to the new future, you again come back and rebuild. So for me, momentum in a way is a continuous cycle.
Wonderful.
I will
Very,
we
oh,
just gave
continue, sir. Please continue. Yeah.
we just gave an example of earlier putting up the 2024 video. So that reminded me one of the recent conversations we were having at some place. And we said that it looks that all three PSS, 23, 24, and 25, seem to be sequentially taking our momentum forward
Yes.
because 2023 started with the theme of explore, expand, and excel.
Yeah.
That's now past. And then with 2024, we moved on to expand our influence and transform to the next level. And that's why I said it's a cycle. And this year, it is very much the momentum that is expected to propel us into the next level.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A good analogy. And I would now invite Mudaliar sir, Dr. Arunagiri sir, to tell us. You have been a motivational speaker, a success coach, and you talk a lot about sales. So you are the best person to tell us how your sales journey is impacted your speaking journey, and how does it help you to build momentum in your speaking journey. Over to you, Arunagiri sir.
Yeah, Dr. Alka, thank you very much. At the onset, I would like to acknowledge and thank our PSCI core committee to give this opportunity to share my thoughts on this lovely concept of momentum. And as you rightly said, I, as a sales coach, sales mentor, sales trainer, strongly believe that sales or selling is a most important life skill, a most important personal skill, and a most important business skill. Because sales is equal to income is equal to business. So the moment you have a sale, you have business. And if you don't have no sale, no income, no business. So even I have a strong belief that as we talk about building momentum in your speaking career, we all have to realize one, that you as a speaker carrier, you are in a business. So this is the first important paradigm shift we need to have. Even though you may be a speaker out of passion, out of conviction, of you being a thought leader in a subject, but we all have to remember that when we are professional speakers, then there the background is we are all in business, and thereby it's very obvious that we also need to ensure that you are concerned about the profit loss, income, expenditure, asset, liabilities. Those things become very, very critical. And what gives you those income, profitability is the ability of you to sell your identity, you as a speaker, your subject, your thought process, and thereby ensure that you are able to take it forward. Uh, Alka, here in my research, I found, especially in the entrepreneurial world, more so in India, out of the 10 new entrepreneurs who start off, 9 of them have never undergone a scientific sales training program. And the obvious one more correlation to this is out of the 10 new enterprises we start off, 8 of them close down in the first 3 years, again because of lack of growth, lack of profitability, lack of cash flow. Because here it is very, very important, the question which you asked, PSCI, like organization, enables you to have this understanding of this particular concept. When we meet fellow speakers, when we meet fellow trainers, we get present to this aspect that we need to also ensure to generate business. That's exactly what Professional Speaker Association in India and worldwide does. And more so now that we have got this PSS, our flagship event, it is so very important for every entrepreneur, every speaker, every trainer not to miss this event, because PSS is an opportunity for you to build your network, which is your net worth. It is an opportunity for you to have visibility. It is an opportunity for you to have business possibility. So this event, which PSCI organizes across India in different locations, is a huge opportunity for every speaker, Dr. Alka, to generate sale, to generate lead, to generate growth, to generate profitability, to generate cash flow. So that's exactly why I'm so very excited to be a part of PSCI right from the founding years. And every year, I never miss an opportunity to ever go and be present in a professional speaker summit. Recently, I was in Maldives, and I tell you, I had an opportunity to grow myself as a speaker and a trainer, and also I generated a huge amount of business. So again, business means again sales. So this is what I constantly believe, that Dr. Alka, that we all are salespeople, and we have to remember, as a speaker, you are in business. You require profit, you require sale, you require cash flow, and that's why this correlation works for me, and I'm convinced about it. Over to you,
Thank
Dr. Alka.
Thank you, Dr. Arunagiri, sir. A very explicit way of explaining the word momentum. I want to ask Ashutosh, sir, today that what does momentum mean to you in your networking journey, in your speaking journey? And you're a writer. You have written so many books, and you're co-authored some books also. They're all Amazon selling bestsellers. So, what does the meaning of the word momentum mean to you, and how it has helped you in your speaking journey? Over to you, Ashutosh.
So for me, my favorite topic is networking. And when we talk about networking, it means strategic networking, building meaningful relationships. And when we talk about, I'll take it forward from where Dr. Anuragan is talking about sales. Again, when you're meeting people, you're creating those strategic relationships also, because sales will happen when you build those strategic relationship with people. And how do you build up strategic relationship? By showing up. Like Sir said, he was in Maldives and he generated business because he actually showed up, and definitely he created that value. As public speakers, we have a responsibility. As professional speakers, we have a responsibility of directing the masses towards their end goals, because we know how to build that momentum up. Now, momentum is built up by small progressive steps. It includes the buildup of energy, influence, and recognition, right? That propels the speaker's career forward. So for me, momentum building is all about meeting more and more people, creating those strategic networks. Uh, Now PSS 2025 is an excellent platform where people from all across the globe are going to be there. The best of best speakers around the world are coming over. So for people should be there, networking, strategic networking, and it'll help to raise up your own game. You know what is going in the world, what is the hot topics in the world are there, which are being discussed. And as a professional speaker, I'm telling you, it's $1 billion opportunity. As a
Wonderful.
professional speaker, it's $1 billion opportunity, especially in this disruptive times when everything is uncertain. Speakers give you that certainty, that growth, that goal, that path.
Absolutely. So thank you, Ashutosh, for that great input. And I want to thank some people who have already have joined us. Nelson is there, and we have Harish sir. Thank you for joining. And we have one wonderful lady. I can't remember her name. She was from South Africa, PSA. So I heard her in the iNews event, and thank you for joining us. I have to ask you some more questions. What is coming to my mind is when Ashutosh said small things, small actions create big events. And when we do these small things, whether it is a habit when we form, whether we read James Clear or whatever we do, the small action, they add up into big actions, and they add up into success. And as a girl, when I was studying in the medical college, when I used to not have concentration, when I used to not be able to sit at a time, and I would, supposing my friend called me up, I would just get up and I would go. And then I remember my dad telling me that sit and just read, don't get up and don't go. And neuroscience says today that when you sit and concentrate for more period of time, 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, your neurons, they fire in a different way rather than procrastinating, getting up, going back and coming back. So sit for 15 to 20 minutes, concentrate on that, and that is how we develop momentum. And I read the story of J.K. Rowling, and she had gone into a hotel. She had gone and sat into a hotel for the same reason, that she was distracted by the daily things in her life, daily distractions in her life. And when she sat and when she checked in into a hotel, when she built that momentum by doing little writing, and then more writing, and then more writing, and then she built that momentum, and she created her book. So I want to ask Kapil sir today that momentum is the theme of our PSAI summit, which is coming over in February 2025 in the city of Mumbai, and we are calling so many beautiful speakers from all over the world. So, what do you look forward to, and what would you like to contribute to for this summit called Momentum? Over to you, Kapil sir.
Thank you. So let me say, professional speaking, certainly I agree that once we use the word professional, it's a business. So I agree to that, what my colleague said. And I said that from a professional speaking point of view, we need to be prepared. And so momentum is the driving force that sustains growth, sharpens our craft, and expands our influence. And that is what empowers us to adapt and accelerate our success. And PCI and the PSS is that opportunity for us where people like us are looking forward to enhance our craft, to meet and network with the right people with whom we can have more meaningful connections and learn and adapt to the shifting technological dynamics so that we can retain relevant in way of the media we use to reach our audience. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Kapil sir. Over to Arunagiri sir now. Arunagiri sir, you have been to Maldives, you have been to all the other summits as far as I'm concerned. I have been there with you all throughout. And I think the most important thing about you is that you're very actively participating. That, like what Ashutosh said, is about showing up. So showing up is something which is very important to create momentum in your life. And why do you show up? We can give thousands of reasons for not showing up. We have an encyclopedia of excuses in our life. I've got this problem, I've got that problem. But when they say that anything worth doing is to do it right now, and even the Nike says that just go and do it, let's do it. So I really believe in that. And I want to ask you the importance of showing up as far as a summit is concerned. Over to you,
Yeah.
Arinagiri sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Alka. Excellent question. And I, for one, at the onset, want to add one concept to the distinction momentum. Momentum to me, Dr. Alka, is your directional control plus your forward thrust. It's very, very important. We as professionals, as I said, professional means business, money. But professional also means that you have to be a master in your craft. You can't be a novice, you can't be an amateur. So when you show up as a professional, then you are expected to deliver quality, excellence, and impact. And how do you do that? You can only do it when you have adopted a principle called as CANI, continuous and never ending improvement. You have to be a better version of yourself day in and day out, so that when you stand in front of your audience who have paid you money, you have to ensure that you are able to give them 10x value for that. Okay. So
Wow.
coming back to directional control and forward thrust. So as professional speakers, we have to be continuously on the mode of continuous improvement, and that will happen only when you show yourself, your visibility is there in the right forum. And PSCI as an organization and PSS as a flagship event of every country showcases, as my colleagues rightly said, Kapil and Ashutosh rightly said, are the place where you get the best of best speakers from across the world talking about their passion, talking about their area where they are thought leaders. And where else can you get in one uh, forum or one event all these people's thoughts together? And I also believe one more thing, Dr. Alka, is that every good speaker, leader, coach, trainer, or teacher has to be a good student. So, why I show up in various events is to keep up that studentship. I need to be a good student for me to be a good teacher. So, my visibility is for making myself a better version. At the same time, as Ashwin beautifully said, one visibility leads to credibility, leads to profitability and promotability. So if I'm visible, then I have opportunity to become credible and thereby profitable and promotable. So VCP formula always kicks in, and I've never ever regretted that. If I invest 1x on any of these events, I get 10x return. So I think it's a no-brainer that every speaker trainer who is listening to this podcast should immediately register for PSS 25. Where almost about 200 plus topmost professionals are going to show up, where you are going to network, as Kapil and Ashutosh said, and you're going to learn from the best. So that's what is my reason for always being visible in all the right places. Over to you, Dr. Alka.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, friends, who is hungry to learn? Who is hungry to show up? Who is hungry to do some action? So, when I was attending the PSS 2024 last year, and before that 23, and even the 22 one, I can tell you that my journey of life of in the speaking career has been tremendously going up the scale of the slope. And initially I was not able to speak with that kind of confidence, but with these stalwarts around me, with all these lovely mentors around me, they have honed me and they have polished my speech, and today I can confidently say that I can face any any international audience. And the reason for that is that when you come to this kind of place and when you show up, when you have that learning attitude, when you're hungry to learn, automatically knowledge just flows into you, and the purpose of life becomes so clear to you that you want to be on stage, you want to speak on stage, and you want to bring about a change and transformation in the audience. So thank you so much, Arunagiri sir. Ashutosh sir, Ashutosh has been a writer, he has been into networking and giving. So tell us, Ashutosh, how all of these things has helped you in the speaking career. Over to you. And you're
Definitely.
a TEDx speaker. Yeah, TEDx speaker.
Yeah.
What to forget that? Yes.
So, yeah. Uh, Thank you so much, Dr. Alka. There's three stages when you do a business with someone. First, when you meet people, first, people will first know you, then they will like you, and then they will trust you. And people do business with people whom they trust. And how do you build trust? First is showing up, like Dr. Aruna rightly said. When you show up, they start liking you. When they have a conversation, they will start knowing. First, they will know you. When you are showing up, they will know you. When they have a conversation with you, they'll start liking you during the conversation. And during the conversation, when you create some value for them, they will trust you. And people always do business with people whom they trust, isn't it? So with for a professional speaker also, when we're talking about PS20, 2025 coming up, showing up, will people start knowing you? You'll be recognized, okay, this person is there. When you have a conversation, they'll start liking you with during the conversation, right? When the energy matches. Momentum is all about building energy.
Absolutely.
And when you create value, I'm telling you, what if you know that whomever you meet has got $1 million opportunity to give you? So how you going to meet them? If you know the person you're meeting has got $1 million opportunity with him, which he can give it to you, how are you going to meet him? Are
Yeah.
you going to meet him shabbily, or are you going to actually create value?
Wow.
So whenever you meet someone, you have to go with the intent of giving what best I can give this person today, what value I can create. As professional speakers, we are always creating value.
Yeah.
We are creating that direction, we are creating that value. Isn't it? There's some information we are giving which sometimes not easily available. Right? So coming up to these forums, coming up and showing up in these forums, you actually get a lot of value. And then business is all about trust. People will definitely do business with people whom they trust. Like I said, 3 steps. First they will know you, like you, then they trust you. Create that value. Create massive value in their life. Not everyone is looking at your purse. Not everyone is looking at what business you can give me. If you can actually add value in their life, any information, any connection you can give them without him they asking, like Dr. Arunagiri rightly said, I'm a student. When I'm a student, I'll listen, and I'll listen actively. I'll listen actively to that person, what he's trying to say. And I'm going to ask probing questions. When you ask probing questions, a person will actually talk about himself, and also will talk about the problem he's facing, and he'll also talk about the solution he wants. If you are actively listening, at the end of the conversation, you can always create that value. And when you create a value, trust me, it's $1 million opportunity which you can get at any point of time. Not only you going to get $1 million opportunity, even you are also $1 million opportunity in yourself that you can give someone that $1 million. So it is when you meet, when it's a strategic networking, and I always talk about networking is more about giving and taking, but we do power connection where it is always about giving. What value, what I can give today, so
Yes.
that even one thing it takes with him, and the life changes, the life transform in any way. Your thing is done.
Absolutely, Ashutosh. You have given us a lot of value right now with what you're telling about the power of listening, with the power of networking, with the power of meeting people. And it's actually about just meeting people, connecting with people, and understanding what is in their heart. It's not about exchanging your card, it is just about understanding them. And once the connection is made, what you're saying is the things follow aram se. And what Arunagiri was saying, sir was saying that we are showing up, we are learning, we are creating a value, we are creating profit, we are creating quality, we are creating excellence. This is called anaphora. This is called this is called anaphora. When we're doing so much and we're creating so much value for others and for our own selves. But there is one thing more that happens in these conferences and in these summits is that our creativity increases, our ideas increase. We're meeting so many people from so many different cultures of the world, from different parts of the world who are so different, but yet they're so same. And these people in the GSS, from the GSS, from the PSI, from different parts of the world, when we meet them, they help us to create our momentum. So thank you for that input, Ashutosh, Arunagiri sir, and Kapil sir. Kapil sir, tell us something about your experiences in the previous summits, and yeah, share some experience and what are you looking forward to. Over to you, Kapil sir.
Sure. I think I attended PSS 2024, and what I realized is that you start understanding where you are and where you ought to be. So that's where your journey starts in a different tone. So first, I understood where to reach, and then, in company of other people, I learned from those starlets how they demonstrate through observation, and I got so many connections, which are continuously helping me build my momentum now to evolve to the next level. So I would say a lot of insight, a lot of connections, and inspiration. These were my key take, takeaways, if I can say, from the previous conference.
Kapil sir speaks very little words, and whatever he speaks are golden words. He is a person of silence. He doesn't talk too much. He talks less, but whatever he says is gold actually. So thank you, Kapil sir, for that. Arunagiri sir, I think you are doing a lot of work in contribution in your life. I know that because I know you run a golden hour yoga program early in the morning, and that is your way of giving to the world. And that kind of contribution is nothing but unconditional giving. I have attended your program, and I want to ask you this question. I do the same thing in my work. When I'm a doctor, but I have yoga. I teach yoga, and I've been doing it for a pretty long time, contributing to the to my patients and to the public at large. So the question to you is, Arunagiri sir, that in what way your contribution, your giving to the world helps you build a connection with the world, and how it helps you in your speaking journey, in your sales, and in your other parts of your business. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Rodalka, again, a brilliant question. Let me answer you this. I remember in PSS last year before last when we were having this event at Bangalore, at Chennai, sorry, and I realized the distinction between contribution and giving, which was given to me by one of my fellow speaker colleague. He says giving is you have something with you, excess, you just give it to somebody else. That's giving. But contribution is identifying what the other person requires, and then you plan to give it to him so that it really makes a difference. So we as speakers, trainers, coaches, we are contributors, not only givers. Contribution is the next level of giving. And as you said, we as human beings, if you analyze it, Dr. Alka, what's our consumption capacity? We have such a small consumption capacity. This is how much you can eat food, right? But how much can you produce? We have
Yeah.
infinite ability to produce. And we as speakers, teachers, mentors, I call each of us as catalyst of transformation, we have an ability to give so much to the world. And I, for one, strongly believe that each one of us in the speaker community, training community, mentoring community are here for a purpose to make a difference. Because in this world today, as Ashutosh and Kapil were rightly saying, we are in a state of VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, moving towards a situation of BANI, that is called brittle, ambiguous, non-linear, and incomprehensible. In these challenging times, events like PSS are a must for every thought leader to be present. And PSCI, like organizations, enable you to stabilize yourself, ground yourself, and keep your bearings on. So, as you said, and this is an opportunity. This is a forum where normally people come to give. Like each of these experts, including you, Dr. Alka, you are spending your valuable time to promote this concept of PSS flagship event. We're all here promoting PSC. I know how many people work day in and day out to put this event in place. People don't realize to put this 2-day event under the stewardship of Subramaniam, okay, my friend Arish, Anupriya, these people who are working day in and day out to put this event in place. And if any speaker worth his salt realizes the amount of effort that goes into make this conclaves possible, it is a no-brainer that you are getting it on on a pedestal, and somebody is serving you, somebody is giving you, somebody is contributing you to make you a better person. So I strongly appeal each and every person who's watching this, or you will watch it subsequently in any of the social media, please don't miss even 1 minute to register yourself to PSS 2025, and thereby get the benefit of hundreds of your fellow speakers and trainers who are contributing to make you a better speaker, so that you can go and make a difference in the world. So that is my concept of giving, concept of giving and contributing to the world. And that's what makes our life fulfilled, and makes our life truly purposeful in life, my friend. But that's what is my strong belief, and that's the place from where I think that most of us operate from.
Absolutely. In one breath, Arunagiri sir has told so many things. I don't know which one to catch. I'm just catching one word that's called purposeful. And I realize that the word purpose is something which helps me to build momentum in my life. We can do so many things in life, but if we don't know why we are doing what we are doing, we can't develop that momentum. But when we are very strong about our why, when our why is very strong, the how becomes very easy. And the how starts with small small steps. The first step that you can do, as my listeners, as my audience today, is get out of your comfort zone, go and register for this conference. Because there's so much value that you're listening to Arunagiri sir, Kapil sir, Ashutosh. There's so much that's going to be happening in this conference. I tell you that attending one conference, we learned such a lot. But now today, I'm telling you that this is the conference for you, and get up from your butt, sitting on your butt and thinking about it and making excuses. This is for my friend in Delhi. She wants to come for this conference, and she has been asking me, who are the speakers? Who is this? What is that? I said, just go and register for it. Whatever will happen will be the best. We are going to have the best of speakers in the world, and we're going to have the best of teaching and the best of the ways of talking on stage. So we are going to learn, you're going to be creative, and there is going to be value which is given to you. So now my next question comes to Kapil sir, and that is the word purpose. I think purpose driven business he's talking about, and purpose driven leadership he's talking about. So, how does this word purpose came into your life, and how does it help you in your speaking career? Over to you, Kapil sir.
I think the other day I was reading one of the books on ancient wisdom, and what it said is that the human being's pursuit is to do good for others. And if you do it with persistence, your purpose will become visible to you. So today we hear a lot of things about um, finding your purpose, but whereas that particular wisdom says you should do whatever uh, to do good for others, and the purpose will find you. And then I was looking at a little more deeper into it, and what I realized is that it is about finding the intersection of four things. One, what the world needs for you. What is that you have to give to the world? And also, can that sustain you? And what fulfills you? And I think as a young person, many years back, I asked that question to someone who was very successful. That what brought you success? And he said, couple two things. One is that I always show up before time. For me, on time means before time. The second thing he said, I do what I love to do. Now, those days, there was an ad called Hajola, which said, Kuch hajam nahi hua. So I also looked at him with that expression. I can't digest what you just said. You do only what you love. And then he completed his sentence. I love what I do, but start loving what I have to do.
Yes.
And in that moment, I realized that while there's a free will, there's also something which is preordained. Accept and do it. And when you start loving it, your passions also comes up.
क्या बात.
And that's where the four pillars come up: purpose, passion, persistence with resilience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kapil sir. Beautifully said. And these are my three P's also in my life, because people drive me mad. People give me so much of momentum. And this PACI community and all of you guys sitting here with me in this studio give me momentum. Anupriya drives me crazy. That makes me build my momentum. Subbu sir makes me build my momentum. And this whole community of the professional speakers of India gives me energy and purpose. Ashutosh, I missed you in the last round. So I want you to share with us some of the previous experiences that you have attended the summits, and what were your learnings and what were your call to action and what did you do after that? Over to
Okay.
you, Ashutosh. Yes.
So, like Jim Rohn rightly said, your average of the five people whom you spend your
Absolutely. Absolutely.
maximum time with. Imagine spending your time with 200 top professionals. What is
Absolutely.
going to rub into you? Even 1%, you're going to carry so much. So, last summit was in Delhi and we were the host. So, there was a lot of, in terms of the networking, a lot of networking took place. A lot of connections were built up with the top speakers, and you could understand, where the world is going, where because there is a direction which the global speakers give you. They give you the right kind of energy, the influence which is required to influence the global audience, because you get that global flavor from them. And also our Indian speakers, they are just a notch up, right? So there's a lot of learning which happened, a lot of connections which were built up, and it actually helped me to propel my business also. It helped me to, uh, put a thrust to my business, because the way they were communicating, you could, you learn from them, you emulate them, how
Yeah,
what are the actions, you copy those actions, what is there to be on the stage, what is there to create that influence, that aura, when you're, among the among your own clients and everything. So it really helps. So
absolutely.
these kind of conferences are actually the right place to be there. So I would urge everyone who's listening to this podcast not to waste any more time and register for PSS 2025 happening in Mumbai. And I'll tell you one thing. I really admire Mumbai people because they are great learners. If I compare with Delhi or any other part of India, Mumbai people are actually very serious. So trust me, 2025 is going to be 10x of any PSS event which has happened.
So it's not about Mumbai people or Delhi people. We are all one family. The
No,
PSCI
we are
is one
no,
family.
you're very right. It's one family. It's my
Yeah,
observation,
yeah.
because
And you
Mumbai
all,
carries that seriousness about about anything. It's a financial capital of India.
thank you so much. I think it is the people like you and all of the mentors and the people who are comprising in our PSI group. They are the people who add momentum, they add value to all of us, and they teach us. And we are where we are because of this community. I would not deny to say that the momentum is built by proximity. And thank you, Harish sir, for joining us and giving us the commentary all the time. And Nija ma'am for joining with us and writing some comments for us. And thank you, all of you who are there and who are writing and who are giving momentum to us. So with this, because of you people, that we are getting energy and we're getting excitement, and we're so enthusiastic about this event today. Now, I think we have answered most of the questions. Now, what are we looking forward for this particular conference which is coming up? What Ashutosh was saying, that we meet so many people, no matter how much you can see on the videos, no matter how much you can read from the books as far as speaking is concerned, but when you meet the speakers who are face to face, today it's not about just giving a keynote. It's nothing to do with giving a keynote. Everybody can give a keynote. but how different can you be, and how unique can you be, how many props can you use, and what are the different creative languages you can use to give a keynote which is different and which is unforgettable and which is memorable. We have attended these previous summits, and we have seen some of these stalwart speakers from around the world who have given speeches which are not speeches, they're experiences, they're performances. And these performances have to be visualized, have to be seen, have to be experienced when we're sitting in the audience and listening to these people. So that's all I can say for now. And now the next question would be, what are we looking forward to? Kapil sir, what is your visualization of this conference and what are we looking forward to? Over to you, Kapil sir.
Okay. Let me share. When I look at this, what I can look for, I see six things. One, as Arunagari and Ashutosh rightly said, showing up, being present is part of the journey. Because the two things there I see, you are what your surroundings are, people around you. And in today's world, what I call as knowledge entrepreneurs, it is about your network is what builds your net worth. So I think that also circles back where we're talking it as a business. So be aware for everybody to join in that the network we create is what is net worth. So that's the first thing, showing up. Second is to get some actionable insights so I can
Yes.
apply, enhance my craft, and enhance my way forward and propel myself to the next level of success. That's the second point. Third, become more aware of the emerging trends because the world is changing. Today, how much we use these technical tools is just amazing. They have become our enablers. So there's so much to learn there about the shifting dynamics in technology and medias. The third point I would say is global networking. Where else I can get that opportunity to connect with such stalwarts and global speakers and just rubbing shoulders with them can transmit a lot of learnings for me.
Yes.
And you never know where you get that one meaningful connection
Yes.
that can become a clear path for collaboration, which you had not imagined.
Yeah.
So that's another point. And certainly, with all these things happening, I'm looking at my transformative growth,
Yes.
getting to the next level of momentum. And certainly, it's about one more thing, which is a little personal, I will say. When you get active in these conferences and you volunteer for something, it's a next level of learning because in that process you get to see and observe other people more closely and learn more. So I think this is how I will put these six things in place. Thank you.
Wonderfully said, and a wonderful vision for the conference. And when I remember my journey, the PSI has been very instrumental in creating momentum in my life and pushing me forward and pulling me forward. There was a lot of criticism in between in the beginning, and I say that criticism is good for you. My dad, he always said, keep the criticizer and the fault finder near you. And they have been instrumental in making me improve and improve and improve. We have open mics, once a week, sometimes twice a week from different chapters. So for the information of other people who are joining us today, we have different chapters. We have a Bangalore chapter, we have a Chennai chapter, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and now we have a Vadodara chapter. So we have different events happening in all of these centers, chapters, and we are all showing up and participating in these events. And when we show up and we show up and we show badly, it's about showing up. So I remember somebody who has said that show up, just show badly. If you want to do something, do it badly. And when you do it badly, that is the time you learn maximum. and I know that I have learned maximum and I have done badly when I performed badly. And over a period of time, getting mentorship. Today we have a mentorship program running with PSAI, and we have great speakers in our community who are mentoring us. Arunagiri sir is there, Kapil sir is there, Ashutosh sir is there. So we have great mentors today who are mentoring us and are helping us to improve our speaking journey. And I cannot say more, but which is indescribable, the amount of help and about care and love and affection and mentorship that I've received from this community to reach to where I am from where I used to be. Arunagiri sir, you are an expert in I think customer psychology. And speaking actually is a business. It's not just taking a keynote. It's not about eloquence and expertise only. It's about establishing professional speaking is actually establishing your speaking business. So tell us something how your knowledge about the customer psychology has helped you in establishing your speaking business. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Alka, for bringing out this very, very pertinent aspect of the business side of speaking career. See, in terms of customer psychology, what we learn in the science of selling is that there is something called as reciprocity, consistency and commitment, social proof, authority, likability. So there are some of the five. There are some more. I will not, for the lack of time, I will not go into the others. But if you see all these aspects of customer psychology, you can actually experience in these flagship programs like PSS or in forums like Professional Speaker Association of India. Like as we say, when you human beings always want to give back. So when I serve others, other human beings automatically want to reciprocate.
Yep.
So
Yes.
in a event like PSS, when I show up and serve or contribute to somebody else, other person is going to give you. Like as Ashutosh should appreciate, when you go for a networking event, think about giving, not about asking. And when you give, you automatically get, because
That's
what goes
amazing.
around comes around. That's the first
Mhm.
psychology of human beings and also of customer. Second important thing is, remember, I always believe that human beings want to deal with authority. So you as a professional speaker is an authority, and for you to maintain your authority status, you need to continuously keep on improving. Here I would also strongly recommend that most of our professional speakers should become authors. And you would
Yes.
see in PSS 2025 lot of fellow professional speakers releasing their book. This becomes a motivation for each one of us also to write, because there are many speakers who may not have written a book, but when you see other fellow speakers writing about their area of interest, you also get motivated. So PSS and PSCI enables you to get that element of authority by becoming authors. Third one, which is very, very important, Dr. Alka, is about called as social proof, because people want social proof. So when you go to these international events like PSS, you have an opportunity to obnob with fellow global trainers, and you can take pictures. You can have interaction with them, which you can post in the social media. This again shows to your prospective customers that you are in that league. And as my friend Arish beautifully said, proximity is power. So when you are in proximity with other global leaders, it rubs on you. So you also get that aura of credibility, which becomes a testimonial for you to become more sellable, or you get more business. Similarly, like you, by showing up in PSS 2025 or being a member of PSCI, you are also showing your commitment to growth. You're also
Yes.
showing your consistency of your desire to become a better version of yourself. This again shows to the your prospective customers that you're not somebody who's going to be stagnant. You are interested to keep on growing. So these are some of the important customer psychology which you get to further nurture in your building up your persona, building up your brand as a professional speaker, Dr. Alka. which can
Yes,
naturally make your speaking career and can add momentum
absolutely.
to your becoming a world class global leader. Over to
Wonderfully,
you.
wonderfully. Yes, very nicely said. And this reminds me that Ashutosh is a author of co-authored many books, and I think you are also the Global Visionary Leader Award recipient at the World MSME Business Summit 2023.
Yeah.
So, what has been your experience in your life? And your core belief system is about giving, and networking, according to you, is giving. So,
Yeah.
how have all of these awards and this TEDx speakership and your this giving attitude helped you to establish your speaking business, Ashutosh?
So, thank you, Dr. Alka. So, when I talk about giving, it's more about, like Dr. Arunagiri rightly said, it's not giving, it's contributing. So, word is, contributing. You need to contribute.
Yeah.
And you need to be the first one to contribute. The reason is the reciprocity. When you contribute, the other, as per psychology, the other person will is bound to reciprocate, because as human beings, we have a DNA to give back. We don't want to keep anything, right? So you need to be the first one to contribute. So what has been my philosophy is, whenever I meet someone, I am an active listener. I am a learner. I am an active listener. I ask probing questions. I understand that what the person, where the person is coming from, what he requires. And when the conversation, before the end of the conversation, I will always have something to, contribute, information, connection, anything, without even that person asking me.
Yes.
If someone asks and you give, then what you have done? Nothing. You've just giving. And when he's not even asked you and you've contributing, it makes a lot of impact, because the person understands that you've been truly valuing the relationship, truly valuing the conversation. Because most हमारी जिंदगी में सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम क्या है मैम, कि हमारे आसपास के लोग कहते हैं कि आप हमारी सुनते नहीं हो, यू डोंट लिसन, राइट? So everyone wants to be heard. And when you are there actively listening to that person and at the end contributing, even without that person asking, you actually build that relationship, that trust. Because, like I said, people will know you, like you, and then they trust you. And people do business with people whom they trust. So I always think that the other person has got $1 million opportunity to give it to me, how I'm going to be present to that. And even I have $1 million opportunity to give it to the right person. The energy should match. It's not that everyone I meet, there's $1 million opportunity. The energies have to match. You need to feel that, that person is actually the connection happens with energy only.
Yes.
So whenever I go, I work on 4 C's: connect and communicate with people.
Yeah.
And when you communicate during the conversation, you contribute.
Yes.
And when you contribute, there's a collaboration which happens. It will never ever happen that you're contributing and the collaboration will not happen.
Yes.
Collaboration will happen in form of a personal relationship or a professional relationship. It will
Yes.
always happen. And people love to be connected in three, people trust when you do three things to them. First, you give them some money opportunity, how, give them
Yeah.
some way where they can invest their money or whatever. If you can help their kids or their health, there are three main factors when people get connected with you: money, health, and when you help their children in any way. So
Very
when
nice.
you, so 4 C's I always follow: connect and communicate, contribute, and then collaborate. And this has helped me in my own business. This has helped me to create. I was there. I helped my very close uh, cousin to establish a big global publishing house in last 4 years. And I was also part of Speaker Tribe International, run by Sam Kautham, where we created more than 250 best-selling authors during the pandemic, global
Wow.
authors.
Wonderful.
So it is all about contributing. When you contribute, people reciprocate. They'll always reciprocate.
I totally resonate with you, Ashutosh, because even in my medical industry, we are just empathizing with the patient and we are just giving whatever we can to understand. And I think what you said very beautifully was about making the person feel seen, making the person feel heard. And I once heard a quote which said that the hunger for recognition, the hunger for being seen, for being heard, for being acknowledged is more than the hunger for food. And that is so true in networking, in connection, in human to human connection. And people get connected when you give light to them. So there are two types of people. I always say there is this illuminators and there are these diminishers. So when we illuminate the opposite person, when we elevate that person, when we appreciate that person and we elevate that person, automatically a very beautiful connection is made. My next question goes to Kapil sir. Kapil sir has been involved in many ways with the PSS and with the PSAI. He is in charge of the PSAI for PSAI, and that is a very beautiful opportunity for the members of from the Professional Speakers of India. And he has been a stalwart and a pioneer and always there for us to help us. So tell us more about PSAI for PSAI. Over to you, Kapil sir. Your contribution is wonderful. I would like to
Thank you so
congratulate
much.
you on that. Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's at a base, it's an opportunity for speakers who are in the process of inspired speakers, I say, to get to the global stage. And it goes through sort of a process where the best are found and the others get a feedback so they can get into the fray the next time. So it's about giving an opportunity to the talent that we have and understanding their stagecraft, their content, and how they present with the audience. So this is a little bit about it. It's a competitive process where every year we start with a large count and eventually we have limited slots available. But everybody learns in the process and that makes them a better speaker. Thank you.
Okay, so we come to the final question now. PSAI for PSI has helped me a lot. It has helped me to go on the international stage. And I would request everybody who is watching to understand what is PSI for PSI, become a member and understand what we are doing inside of PSI for PSI. Finally, my vision for the summit is that I'm imagining a very beautiful stage and I'm seeing the great stalwarts in the speaking industry giving value to the audience. And I'm sitting there and soaking whatever is happening, and then I'm going to take action. So, one final message for everybody. My message to everyone is stop making excuses, okay? Stop listening to me also if you don't want to listen to me. Go and just register. That is my message to the world, whoever is listening to me. And thank you, Jyoti, for that comment you made. And thank you, all of you who are sitting there and listening to us and investing their time where we are talking to and you're talking to us in different ways. One last message, if each one of you can give, it would be very nice. We have already talked about the summit. We have talked about the benefits of the summit. We have talked about what we are going to anticipate and the vision for our summit. Tell us some last words of the nuggets of knowledge and wisdom to our listeners. Over to you. Anybody can start. Kapil sir
Yeah,
can start.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Halka, as you said, like the message I would like to give is this that, I strongly believe in this, that this is, as Ashutosh rightly said, Kapil rightly said, it's a world of collaboration, it's a world of cooperation, it's the place where we need to show more kindness, more care, and more support to each other. Okay, because what is today lacking, the biggest problem that the world is facing today is called loneliness. Okay, and that's called is creating to this huge mental challenge. So I would suggest, like we as enlightened people, we as proactive people who are watching all these podcasts and being proactive, I would suggest that each one get one, if
Yes.
possible, each one get one to this particular forum, because maybe there's some people who may not be aware about it, may not know about it, may not be maybe ignorant about it. So you as a enlightened human being, you as an evolved human being, can go and share it with a fellow speaker, a fellow trainer, or a fellow mentor, and tell him about PSCI. Ask him to join it. Tell him about PSS 2025. Ask him to join it. Maybe sometime, if you are doing well, even go and pay for him and enroll him. Why not? I promise you, there are many instances where such one action, one kind, caring action can make a difference to somebody's life. And I would also say, of course, this is about PSS and PSCI. And I also would say to all my fellow brethren, speakers, trainers, mentors, this world requires teachers, trainers, mentors, speakers, and thought leaders. So let us adopt communities and go and share your distinctions, your concepts, your principles and philosophy in life, which all of us know is empowerment, enablement, and to make a world a better place. So let's all step out, go beyond your comfort zone, and make this world a better place by contributing to your fellow speakers as well as to the community, because this world today needs each one of us. Yeah. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Dr.
So for
Yeah.
me, so my message would be: if you want to make $1 million worth of opportunity, if you want to make big global strong connects, be there. This is the right place where you're going to have all the flavors of your life. And trust me, it has got the power to transform your life. Not only your life, even our life is going to get transformed. So be there, show up, don't make any excuse. Be there. You need to be there. It's $1 million
Yes.
worth of opportunities available.
Yeah. Kapil
Okay,
sir.
I just wanted to add to the PSCI for PCI conversation,
Yeah.
because what I've seen is that people who have gone through that process and got onto the stage, there's a lot of mentoring, there's a lot of preparedness, and I've seen them very soon demonstratively being on the international stage.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
So there is one more reason for all to register. You can go on the international stage. And what Arunagiri touched upon is a very, very meaningful thing, that loneliness is a biggest killer today. And we are all hiding behind our cell phones, and we're not connecting with people physically. And here is a physical event. We are a beautiful event where many people are going to be there, and you're going to meet these people, you're going to connect with these people, you're going to have the conversations of your life with these people. 2 full days you're going to be with intermingling with people, listening to people and soaking in whatever they're telling us. I think it's a golden opportunity. One should not be missing it. Harish Mehta sir, thank you so much for all your encouragement, and you're always been there to encourage us and to push us forward. And I'm very, very grateful to you, Harish Mehta sir, for so many comments and so much of encouragement and support. Harish Mehta sir is one of the founder members of Professional Speakers of India, and I think we are very grateful to all these founder members. We have Kiruba sir, we have so many people are there. I can't remember. The Brigadier Basin sir is there, Nirja ma'am is there. All of these people are here to support us today, and because of their support, because of their encouragement, because of their friendship that we have grown from where we were to where we are today. This is enough for today, and I don't think I need to say anything more. But one thing I can definitely tell you: chuck that book of excusitis out of your window. Get up and go and register. Looking forward to seeing you there in Mumbai on 21st and 22nd of February at the Radisson Blue Hotel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.